Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my webinar. My topic this afternoon is about supporting teacher growth and development through feedback. But first, let us define what is feedback. Feedback is information about performance that improves performance. It should not be confused with teacher evaluation. The difference between evaluation and feedback is that evaluation summarizes performance across large time span, annually or yearly. What is the importance of evaluation feedback to a teacher like us? So these are to guide improvement of our teaching skills, to recognize and reinforce teaching excellence, to help teachers focus on student outcomes, and to plan in service education activities. Why gather feedback and document growth? For an annual report, documenting how you have invested in your teaching over time communicates your commitment to student learning and to increasing your effectiveness as an instructor. So to do this well, you'll want be thinking about collecting feedback on your teaching from time to time throughout the year. Then, in an end-of-year written narrative. Example of that is that synthesize the feedback you received. Describe how you acted on it. Then summarize the results you observed or measure the changes you made. The documentation of your professional development in teaching can take many forms. You might articulate annual teaching goals and document your progress towards achieving them. You can also develop a storyline about change that chronicles how you have progressed as a teacher over time. Then, describe a single significant instructional achievement that involves considerable time and effort. So there are many sources of how we can get our feedback. So first sources of that feedback is through our students or pupils. Information from our students about our teaching is relevant since they are the direct recipients of your instructional activities over the entire year. So they are the best source on how your instructional decisions and behaviors affect learning. Beer, Taylor, and Galmore, 2014, asked 55 experienced faculty members to rate the contributions of 17 possible sources of change to their pedagogy over the years. Faculty rated student behavior in class as the factor that played the most significant role in changes made to their teaching. Another source of feedback is from our or through our colleagues. Feedback from trusted colleagues. Professional colleagues encounter many of the same instructional issues that you do and can provide valuable critical input on course design and delivery. So there are few, if any, restrictions on how or when any instructor can gain feedback. Seek out trusted peers for the purposes of supporting one another to our professional growth as teachers. Feedback can include informal conversations in the workplace or via web conferencing for adjuncts and fully online instructors. Explore instructional issues that are common across faculty or particular to your courses. If you have teaching goals, use these conversations as a way to check in and discuss progress and challenges. Another is through classroom observations or classroom observations involve attending each other's classes or for online courses, reviewing each other's sites. Prior to the observation, discuss so you can discuss what the teacher wants the observer to focus on, or what are the goals for that class session. It could be also what kind of feedback will be most useful. So you might choose to simply discuss the class session goals. If your department does formal peer review, you might wish to use that form. So alternatively, these forms on teaching can be used or adapted. Another sources of feedback is, of course, yourself. So your engagement and self-assessment and reflection are particularly important sources of professional growth. Thinking and writing about what you are grappling with, perhaps as a result of student and colleague feedback, is one form of self-assessment and reflection. Another also sources of feedback is our pedagogical experts. So we can also request consultations with experts from central units that support teaching in our campus or in our school. So this includes staff from the libraries, the instructional technology team, and others. So how does teachers' evaluation improve teaching and learning? It could be by providing feedback throughout the evaluation cycle. The teacher is supported in his or her ongoing efforts to fulfill performance expectations and is able to identify areas of performance that need attention while there is still time to improve. So what are examples of positive feedback for our teachers or teachers like us? So it could be thank you, we appreciate you, you made this easy to understand, and others. So thank you for listening.